What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Premier League prediction video. Before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe to my channel. It's free to subscribe. Social media links there in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim, and do get your thoughts and your predictions in the comments below. So, before we crack on with the predictions, we're going to have a look at the previous match day, and it'll take us to Christmas Eve first and foremost, because the last time I recorded my video was out on Christmas Eve, which was scheduled release for Christmas Day for you guys, so I never got to talk about the Wolves-Chelsea game to round off that match day. That finished 2-1 to Wolves, great victory for them. I put it down as a 1-1 JSGC, of course, got that prediction wrong, so that's done and dusted. 3 out of 10 performance for that one, for match day number 18, onto the halfway stage from Boxing Day, match day number 19. You had Newcastle taking on Nottingham Forest. I put a 2-0 Newcastle win. What a win for Nottingham Forest. 3-1. Best result of the season so far for them. Cracking performance. Chris Wood, wow. Just wow. Great win that for Nottingham Forest, with a lot of question marks being asked about them. They seem to have the answer there at last and putting pressure onto everybody else around them as well. You had AFC Bournemouth taking on Fulham. I had that down as a 1-1. Great win for AFC Bournemouth, really showing up with a 3-0 convincing win there for them. And Fulham, their form's just started to dip now in a difficult match coming up against Arsenal. How are they going to fare there at Craven Cottage? Sheffield United against Luton. I thought Sheffield United are going to go attacking and win that game, but 2-1 Sheffield United. Not a bit of it. Luton Town getting a couple of own goals towards the end of the game. Go on to win the game by 3-2. What a win for Luton. And what I'm just starting to notice down at the bottom, Forest, Bournemouth, Luton, they're getting the wins that are needed, and the gap is just going to get bigger there for Sheffield United and for Burnley. So I can see over the next 3 or 4 match days for them, they're needing points, and they're needing them as quickly as possible, because there will start to form a gap, and it will become very difficult in that second half of the season, heading towards the business end of the season, to get the job done for them. Great win that for Luton Town. Great win for AFC Bournemouth. Great win for Nottingham Forest as well. Burnley just didn't turn up, lost 2-0 against Liverpool. I put it down as a 3-0. Burnley struggling. Manchester United took on Aston Villa. Quite a few people commented on the last video saying I'm mental to go for a Manchester United win. They went 2-0 down against Aston Villa, and I thought, what on earth am I doing saying I think Man United's going to win that game? Where did that second half performance come from? Villa, gap, left, right and centre, punished by Manchester United, 2-0 up at half-time to come back and win by 3-2. There was even an offside goal in there for Manchester United as well, so it could have been 4-2. Maybe, just maybe, some cracks starting to form for Aston Villa. Can Manchester United use that as a pivotal turning point in their season? I have my doubts, because they're just not that good. Moving on to the games on the 27th of December, you had Brentford taking on Wolves. I put a 2-1 Brentford win. Wolves, surprising everybody. 4-1 win in West London. Very good that from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Chelsea took on Crystal Palace. I had that down as a 2-0 Chelsea win. Finished 2-1, nearly there. Same with the Everton-Manchester City game. I put it down as a 2-0 victory for Manchester City. Went behind against Everton, managed to do a real good comeback win in the second half for Manchester City, as they look to try and get their season back on track as well. And then moving on to the games on the 28th, I had Brighton Spurs down as a 1-1 draw. Great win for Brighton. Very inconsistent. There's results that you just wouldn't expect from them, but they go up against teams that you think maybe this is going to be a game that they may struggle in. Tottenham were just starting to find their form, and Brighton just absolutely annihilated them. They were 4-0 up at one point. Took a couple of late goals for Spurs to make it at least a little bit respectable there. Really good win that for Brighton though. And then shock of the round, Arsenal took on West Ham. I had a 3-1 Arsenal win. 2-0 West Ham. West Ham, our brothers here at Manchester City. Thank you so much. Love you, West Ham. I got no correct scores. Very poor from me this week. 4 correct results. 6 wrong. Just 1 out of 10. I've rated my performance. Anyway, moving on to match day number 20. Got games taking place on the 30th of December. Early kickoff. Luton Town taking on Chelsea. Just wouldn't surprise anybody if Luton Town did Chelsea. And that's exactly what I'm going for. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Luton Town. Game is being broadcast on TNT Sports. I think Luton are going to win that game. Aston Villa on to the 3 p.m. to taking on Burnley. Surely Aston Villa win that game. I'm going for a 2-0 Aston Villa win. I just think Burnley are wide open. They're not great defensively. I don't think they've got the capabilities to contain Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa win that game 2-0 to them. Crystal Palace Brentford just couldn't divide them, so I've gone with a score draw and put a 1-1 for that game. I don't know what's going to happen in that, if I'm completely honest, so I'm sticking on the fence. Manchester City taking on Sheffield United. I don't think it's going to be as clear-cut for Manchester City as what some may think, who think City could go on to score 5, 6, 7. Not really how City do things. A short turnover, just come back from Saudi Arabia, got straight into an away match against Everton, used up a lot of energy, picked up an injury to John Stones. I think Manchester City will just be happy to settle and win that game and get the 3 points, which is a nice situation to be in. I don't see Sheffield United taking any points at the Etihad, so I'm going for a 2-0 victory for City and for them to keep a clean sheet, which I think will make Edison and the Manchester City defence feel a little bit better. Moving on to the final game of the 3 p.m, Wolves taking on Everton, and you'll be pleased to hear, Wolves fans, JSGC finally is backing you. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Wolves, and big result that down at the bottom of the Premier League with Everton's 10-point deduction. Moving on to the final game of the 30th of December, you've got Nottingham Forest taking on Manchester United. Didn't know which way to call it. I said it's important United try and build that momentum. I can see Manchester United winning that game, if I'm honest, and I say this very ironically, but I reckon if this was at Old Trafford, I could see Nottingham Forest taking something from United, but because it's at the City Ground, Nottingham Forest will want to go and do something. It just leaves them a little bit more open than what they maybe would like to be, and I think that may just suit Manchester United looking to try and find that space and hit the counters, which they did so well in that second half against Aston Villa. So I'm going for a 2-1 win for Manchester United. Moving on to New Year's Eve, you've got Fulham taking on Arsenal. Big game at Craven Cottage, and I'm going for Arsenal to bounce back and win that game by 3-1. I think first goal scorer in that game is very important. Fulham grabbed that opening goal. Could be a long afternoon for Arsenal. Under pressure as well, that game being broadcast live on Sky Sports, as is the Nottingham Forest Manchester United game, which is on the 30th of December. The other game taking place on the Sunday, on the 31st, is Tottenham Hotspur taking on AFC Bournemouth. I don't see anything other than a Spurs victory, so I'm going for a 2-0 win for them. And then moving on to the first game of 2024, comes from Anfield, and you've got Liverpool taking on Newcastle United. Again, being streamed live on Sky Sports, game kicking off at 8 p.m. GMT. I don't see anything other than Liverpool winning at Anfield. I'm going for a 2-0 solid win for them. And the final game of the round, before we have a little bit of a break due to the FA Cup third round, so we were back in a couple of weeks' time for more Premier League predictions, is West Ham United taking on Brighton and Hove Albion. Great result for Brighton against Spurs, but my brothers at West Ham United just done us a favour against Arsenal, winning away. Surely confidence is very high, and I'm backing them. 7:30 p.m. GMT kickoff time on Sky Sports. I'm going for West Ham United 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. So there we go. They have been my predictions for the Premier League match day number 20. Don't forget to get your predictions in the comments below. Do leave a thumbs up. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries. And I'll see you all again real soon for the next football video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.